But at the end of the day, an educational institution is about educating humans. And the Social Enterprise Development Center places the person at the center around any kind of development activity. LUMS started out recognizing the need of local businesses for high quality talent that is educated along the lines of the best institutions in the world.
SEDC was founded back in 2001 with a focus on production of action and policy research, as well as provide training to various stakeholders within Pakistan and South Asian region in order to improve social inclusion, in order to improve gender empowerment, and in order to address other important social indicators. So there is a natural symbiosis because the emphasis of both STSP and SEDC is on creating relevance and impact, policy impact on public and private sector organizations within and outside Pakistan.
The Social Enterprise Development Center was set up with funding from the Canadian Development Agency and in collaboration with McGill University in Canada. And the idea was to look at the development sector in Pakistan holistically and to see how LUMS could add to its capacity. We do have a thriving NGO sector, but a sector that lacks coordination, it lacks managerial and administrative capacity. And so the business school, which is where SEDC is housed, has that demonstrated capacity. And so we felt that after years of doing executive trainings for the corporate sector, it was time to move towards the development sector and see if we could offer the same to them. So the SEDC in the past 15 years or so has focused exclusively on donor-driven grants in the areas of poverty, health, education, microfinance, reproductive health. It sees its work in policy-related research, action research, and then translating it into trainings. Right, so training the development sector officials and stakeholders, and B, into policy dialogue and policy making, right, having a seat at the policy making platform. And then we are also involved in monitoring and evaluation of work that the development sector is involved in.
There are two important cross-cutting themes within the work being produced by SEDC. One of them is gender and the other is social inclusion, and both of them are connected.
I think gender is crucial. Women represent half the country, and if you're taking them out of the equation, you're doing yourself a great disservice.
On gender parity, we are towards the bottom in the world. One of the missing links is the fact that we just have almost complete absence of data on gender. When it comes to policy, again, most of our policies are male focused. They are made by men for men and in a very masculinized fashion. So we feel that gender is an important aspect of our research, our trainings, and our policy.
Women constitute nearly half of the population, and their participation in the labor market is just 22% as compared to 70% for male counterparts. So to increase their economic participation, to increase their economic empowerment, it's really important we should promote them at different forums.
It's not just important for SEDC, it's important for LUMS, it's important for Pakistan. We wanted a conference where we would bring research and praxis at the same table. Not only did we have people from all over Pakistan and several different countries presenting their research on gender, but we also had some of the top feminists and policy makers that have been instrumental in bringing gender onto the policy forefront.
So if you look at international indices from the World Economic Forum, from Prosperity, like the Legatum Institute, if you look at empowerment indexes, Pakistan has a number of challenges or opportunities. And that's where I think conferences like this can help to catalyze, to crystallize issues that people can pick up so that there is theory and praxis in action.
These are the people who are going to make policies and make decisions that affect the lives of about 200 million people in Pakistan. So it's important that gender is brought out as a factor in women's lives, as a factor in how well or how little do they contribute to economic development of this country, and what further needs to be done to promote women's empowerment.
It's important that students, scholars, or the community that is here for the conference can understand the socio-political realities of everyday life in Pakistan, especially in the context of gender.
I think it's extremely important to bring up how people view empowerment both within and outside. So these are important aspects that need to be brought up through academic conferences, and we need to be writing more and publishing more, and hopefully this is a first step towards that.
In the past 16 years, we've worked with hundreds of NGOs that have taken these trainings to wherever it is that they operate, whether it is in KP or Balochistan or Punjab or Sindh. We've had these capacity building networks that have been created. So there was a Women Leaders Network, there was SEDC Fellows Network, which brought the learnings and interactions that we had at SEDC to the rest of the country. We capitalize on the strength of our faculty, on their research, and on the trainings that they are already providing to executives. We repackage those trainings, working with faculty that are specific to these development areas. Research has to translate into action, and I believe that that is what SEDC does, not just for me but for all the faculty members at LUMS. It allows them to translate their particular areas of research into actual action, into action that will make a difference.
The work being done by SEDC is important because of its focus on economic and social development. And here the focus is on action and policy research. We believe that through capacity building, through training and through relevant interventions, we can continue to make a difference to Pakistani society in terms of its economy and development.
It's very important to recognize the value of this resource that we have, our people, and to give them the education and the ability to compete with the best and the brightest in the world. Whatever LUMS does, it does of the highest caliber, and it does so that it can improve the lot of Pakistan.